Hi everyone, so in today's video we're going to be looking at how to exfoliate your skin effectively and correctly. I'm going to be showing you two different types of exfoliation, one using a granular scrub and the other using a liquid exfoliator. So first up we're going to be using the Dmk Micro Peel, which is basically like a home peel treatment. So if you've had one in clinic, this is really similar, but it's just not as strong, so easy to use at home but really effective on removing dead redundant cells. So on clean skin, so after you've cleansed, you're going to apply about that much product. It's quite runny, as you can see. I usually just use my fingertips and I kind of spread it out there, and then just sweeping it onto the skin. Sometimes you can go over the lip as well, just a light coverage, avoiding that eye area. Bring it right into the hairline, down the nose especially, just to really help decongest those pores. And normally I also bring it right down onto the neck as well. So you're wanting it to kind of look slightly wet and have a nice even coverage, so no peel should be pooling anywhere. And then basically from here on in, you're going to be leaving it for about 5 minutes, at which point it'll start to tingle. You'll notice even sometimes immediately when you apply it, you'll start to get that kind of prickly sensation. That's the lactic acid and glycolic acid working to dissolve any kind of dead cell buildup. Lactic acid is also super hydrating, so it's great for winter time if you've been a little bit dehydrated, to increase those free water levels. What you'll find as well is after exfoliating, everything else that you apply is going to absorb a lot better into the skin. So we're removing dead cells, brightening up the complexion, and then also increasing our skin's hydration without any kind of abrasiveness. So even this product's even great for sensitive skin. Great, so now that it's been 5 minutes, you'll notice areas of the skin start to kind of mattify, just to show you that it's kind of ready to come off. Then you're just going to take your face cloth, usually like a lukewarm face cloth, don't make it too hot, and then just simply remove it. I tend to actually do this one here in the shower, and I let the steam kind of get to it within those 5 minutes as well. So for someone who you find like leaving it on for 5 minutes and walking around the house with it on is not going to be an option, like you don't have time, what you can do is when you first hop into the shower, apply it and then let the steam get to it, wash the rest of your body, and then usually by the time you've done that, 5 minutes is up, and then you just simply rinse it off underneath the shower or using a face cloth. I prefer using a face cloth just because nothing's going to then run into the eyes. So just making sure that you've really covered it and taken it all off nice and thoroughly. The great thing about the Dmk Micro Peel is not only can you use it on the face, but it's also fantastic for the décolleté, the backs of the hands, or anywhere on the body really. If you're going to be doing it on the body, I'd probably leave it on for a little bit longer, maybe 10 minutes as opposed to the 5 for the face. Another great tip, the one thing that I really love doing with this product at home is mixing it with a little bit of the Dmk Super Bright. So you can do equal parts, so half Super Bright, half portion of Micro Peel, mix it together and do the same thing that we've just done. Apply it, leave it on for 5 minutes, and then rinse it off, and it's an amazing one for pigmentation and brightening. Next up, we're going to be doing a granular exfoliation using the Sote's Desca Cream for Microderm Exfoliator. So this uses salicylic acid as well as micro polishing beads using rice granules. It's quickly becoming one of my absolute favorites. A lot of my clients have got onto it too, seeing as it's a new product. You only need to use, so you can see it's quite thick. I would say about that much for the face, maybe a little bit more. Dampen your hands, spread it out. You can do this one in the shower, so it's really nice and easy, or you can do it over the basin like what we're doing now. I usually find it way quicker and easier to do it in the shower though. And then all you're going to do is spread it on. You're going to avoid the eye area. So spread it all over, right through the nose, cheeks. I love this one over my lips. Really good for buffing away that sort of winter chapped lips, dry skin, or even if you're like a lipstick wearer and find that you get really dry skin on the lips, this is great for just buffing all of that away and smoothing out the lip texture as well. So you can see how it's quite creamy. It doesn't feel overly scrubby, and I remember the first time I used this I thought, gosh, it feels like it's doing nothing. But The skin after using this, you get this unreal level of softness. So even though it doesn't feel like a really grunty scrub, it definitely delivers on the result. If it starts to get a little bit snaggy, add a bit more water and you'll find it will create like a really lovely slip again. If you're doing it over the basin at home, the other thing I recommend is using a headband, especially if you don't want it to get into your hairline. I'm not too bothered today, but I would normally do that if I was at home, put a headband on. So the great thing about this scrub is you're getting like a 2-in-1 exfoliation. So although it's not as strong as the peel we showed you earlier, you're getting rice granules, like I said earlier, buffing away, physically removing some of the dead skin build up. Whereas you've got the salicylic acid, which is a beta hydroxy acid, dissolving some of the dead skin as well. So at this point, if I was in the shower, I'd probably sit with it on and leave it on the skin for a little bit, let the steam activate it, let it sit there so it can kind of work its magic, and then at the end take it off. So you could leave it on anywhere from like 1 minute through to maybe 5 minutes, and then just simply rinse it off. So for me personally, I always like to have an option. So sometimes I feel like using a gritty granular scrub if I really want to kind of feel like I'm physically getting in there. And other times I like to have a home peel. So that's why I've chosen these both to show you, the Dmk Micro Peel and then also the Sotease Desco Cream for Microderm.